We've been listening in to the fourth meeting of President Trump's cabinet. And of course, a major topic, the economy and his tariff plan, both of which he says are, quote, in very good shape, all while stocks are still in the red, as you can see there on your screen. That comes after yesterday's announced 90-day pause on some of his reciprocal tariffs. The White House saying dozens of countries are already lining up to strike a tariff deal. Here's what President Trump said just moments ago.
So we're very, very happy with the way the country's running. We're trying to get the world to treat us fairly. This is something that should have been done 25 years ago, and it wasn't.
All right, so right now, import tariffs from most U.S. trade partners are at 10% temporarily, allowing open trade negotiations with those countries. Meantime, the U.S. ramping up its trade war with China, with President Trump increasing their tariffs to 145%. Canada and Mexico still at 25% each, with both countries on edge as to what could happen next. And this comes amid a new inflation report out today showing some good news that inflation actually dipped in March to 2.4%. However, the president's tariffs could still bite, putting pressure on certain economic sectors. So let's bring in News Nation's Robert Sherman. Following all of this, live outside of the White House, and Robert, China is still not backing down against President Trump's latest round of tariffs.
And that's where the focus has really gone here at this juncture, Nichole, is China versus the United States, because you effectively have this trade conversation which every nation is placed into two baskets. On the one hand, China, which is now looking at this 145% tariff rate that the president announced yesterday. And on the other hand, everybody else, in which you have seen a pause on reciprocal tariffs for 90 days. You have tariff rates being brought down to 10%. So the focus is squarely on China, and the president remaining confident that a deal can be struck. But publicly, the Chinese have been very adamant that they will not be backing down. A statement that was put out by their foreign ministry spokesperson, I'll read that for you. It says, quote, that we are Chinese. We are not afraid of provocations. We don't back down. That is the message that you are hearing from the Chinese leadership heading into another day of all of this uncertainty. And the president even acknowledged that we are in uncharted territory. This is what he said just a short while ago. Take a listen.
Again, there'll be a transition cost and transition problems, but in the end, it's going to be a beautiful thing. We're doing again what we should have done many years ago. We're letting it out of control, and
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent speaking in that meeting as well just a short while ago, in which he talked about the negotiations that are coming. He has acknowledged that he will effectively be the point person to handle all these negotiations with individual countries. About 75 have queued up in order to begin the process of having those conversations with the United States. And one of the things that he acknowledges is that there is going to be a long list, and every single one of these deals has to be different. The president even saying that they could have a one-size-fits-all policy, but they want to go through and do each one of these as, using his words, bespoke, tailor-made deals. That's why they anticipate this could be a while until we get to the finish line. One reporter even asked, when could we start to see individual nations coming here to the White House to have those conversations? And the president said that that's a little unclear, because he's looking for deals that he believes will work for the United States in the long run, and right now they're not quite there yet. Those conversations about tariffs and trade negotiations very much so still in their early phases, according to the Treasury Secretary there. So,
thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.